Watch this video.
Own power and treat their own waste. The city is suing them because they refuse to pay for their water and their electricity. They call it a code violation. He calls it freedom. Watch the judge weigh in.
Your Honor, so I have a certified lab report that shows our water is cleaner than the city's water. My septic is engineer stamped. We aren't being fined because we're unsafe. We're being fined because we won't pay the $30,000 hookup fee for services we don't want nor need.
Your Honor, under County Ordinance 17.04, any dwelling located within 300 feet of a municipal line must connect to the public utility. Private waste systems in residential zones are a public health risk, and without a grid connection, we cannot issue a certificate of occupancy.
Yes, and Counselor, the codes are for safety, okay, not revenue. This report proves their system meets, well, actually exceeds state standards. You can't force them to buy into the system. The condemnation order is vacated. Leave these people alone. Thank you.
The city sued a cemetery groundskeeper for $50,000 after he stopped a funeral in front of grieving families. He refused to bury the casket. The judge was about to rule against him until one small stupid detail came out.
Your Honor, the defendant disrupted a funeral service in front of 100 grieving family members without authorization. He halted the burial ceremony and caused severe emotional distress to the deceased relatives. We believe cemetery employees must follow scheduled service procedures, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I've maintained this cemetery's grounds and records for 18 years without any complaints or errors. I checked the burial plot assignment and saw it was sold to 2 different families. The grave already contained remains from a burial 3 years ago. They told me to dig deeper anyway, Your Honor.
You double-sold a grave and ordered him to disturb existing remains to hide it. Do you understand what desecration of human remains means legally? The city owes both families $80,000 each, immediate relocation, and you're covering all his legal fees.
This man built a fence on his property more than 20 years ago. He maintained it openly and paid taxes on the land. Years later, the county claimed it was public land and issued a violation. Now watch the judge's reaction to this delay.
Your Honor, that fence has been there for over 20 years. I built it after getting a survey back then. I maintained it, paid taxes on the land, and never got a single notice. Then out of nowhere, the county tells me it's on public land and I have to remove it. That I built and maintained everything based on the county's own records at the time. If that boundary was wrong, it wasn't hidden from them. It was accepted for 20 years.
The fence was identified during a recent boundary review. Under county records, the area falls within public right-of-way. Survey confirmation governs enforcement. Prior lack of enforcement does not establish ownership. The notice was issued accordingly.
A government does not wait 20 years, accept taxes, allow open use, and then suddenly assert a boundary claim without consequence. Equity matters. Reliance matters. This enforcement is untimely and improper. The violation is dismissed.
The city ordered him to shut down his grandfather's sawmill from 1944 because his new neighbors say it's too loud.
My clients knew there was a sawmill nearby when they bought. We're not denying that, but frankly, Your Honor, my clients expected a working sawmill to be quieter or to operate more limited hours. We're representing over 140 families complaining. Sent Mr. Donovan a formal request to discuss operational hours and sound barriers. He didn't acknowledge receipt or respond in any way. So this is on him.
My grandfather's name is still on the sign out front, Your Honor. I watched that development get built in 2022. I was here first. They claim I didn't respond to requests. I went to their HOA meeting in May 2022 right here. I offered to install $18,000 in sound barriers at my own expense. The HOA president said, we don't want barriers, we want the authentic sawmill character. They refused my solution, Your Honor.
All right, Counselor, Mr. Donovan claims he came to your HOA meeting and offered to pay for sound barriers. Did that meeting happen?
Your Honor, well, yes, there was a meeting, but his proposal wasn't feasible. Installing barriers would have blocked the very views we marketed.
Counselor, you just said it. You marketed the sawmill views. You sold homes based on those views. Now you're suing to shut down what you sold. Can't move next to something, refuse solutions, and then sue to eliminate it? That's called coming to the nuisance. The city's order is vacated.
An HOA board hired a demolition crew to remove what they described as a derelict boat carcass from a homeowner's backyard while he was out of state. They claimed it violated neighborhood appearance rules and posed injury risk. They cut it apart with saws and hauled the pieces to scrap.
Your Honor, the structure was rusted, deteriorating, and clearly abandoned. Our bylaws prohibit visible, inoperable vehicles. We corrected the violation. We improved the property.
You didn't remove junk. You destroyed a 1964 experimental offshore racing prototype. It's one of 2 surviving pre-production hulls designed for a championship team. It was mid-restoration. Every component cataloged. The hull identification number was authenticated. Intact, it appraises at $4.5 million. Once cut apart, its provenance is gone. It's worth nothing more than scrap.
We believed it was scrap metal.
You never contacted me. You never obtained a court order.
I see registry authentication, restoration documentation, and insured valuation. You entered private property and authorized destruction of a rare collector asset based solely on appearance. Neighborhood aesthetics do not override property rights. Judgment for $4,500,000.
Follow for breakdowns like this. Cases so shocking, you'll need to share them. What's the wildest case you've heard? Drop it in the comments and tag someone who loves true crime stories.